So the news is out. We are launching a new company, a new offer, and in a slightly new space. We're going to be launching what is known as infooperator.com, and I want to take a minute in this video to explain to you guys why we're doing so and sort of what has led us to this point, because I think this is the best opportunity that has come across the market in honestly a long time, and I think this is going to change a lot of lives for other people. So I'm going to give you the story of why we're doing this, the plan, and how you can be a part of the initial beta group. So stick to the end to get all the details. So in 2021, I moved from Ohio to Miami, Florida, because I just wanted a better life for myself, right? I knew Ohio wasn't going to be a good fit, and I had been honestly doing business for I think 2 years at that point. So 2019, dropped out of college, started a marketing agency because I saw SMA was the big thing on YouTube at the time. I knew I needed to sell something. So I started selling like funnel services and working with info product companies, building websites and all these random things, Facebook ads. I made my first $100,000 with that, but then I eventually realized I hated the agency model. I hated having multiple clients. It wasn't for me. So as you guys all know, I started closing full time for other people's offers because that's what I was good at. By the time I moved down here, I was making 20, 30K a month in sales as a closer on a few different offers, but I wanted more. I came to the conclusion when I got to Miami, I was like, okay, closing is cool. I have a good life. It got me here. It got me out of Ohio, but I want more. I want to make millions of dollars. I want to have a bigger impact. I want to have more control over my life. I want to have more control over the things I do. And I want to build really, really cool things. And my options were start an e-commerce business, start another agency of some sort, or the thing that I kind of realized in light bulb moment was, what if I just taught other kids how to do what I did? What if I taught other kids how to go from 0 to 20 to 30K a month in sales and commission by being a closer for other people's offers? So that's what we did. We launched a beta group. It was called the Sales Training Group at the time at $1,000. 30 people joined in the first week. It was a smash hit. People wanted it. And we later called that Closer Cartel. And my thought process was simple, right? I had been doing this for the last couple of years. I was very, very good. So I was good enough to teach it. I had the results to teach it. And I felt that I had the potential to build a massive personal brand. And I saw all these people at the time, all the other info product businesses crushing it. And I thought, why don't we do that? And I was right. My hunch was correct. Closer Cartel launched and was a smash hit. We launched in around July of 2021, and by September, we had made our first $100,000 in a month. And this completely blew my mind. And honestly, from like then to the end of the year, we did about $800,000 in gross sales. I launched with about 3,000 followers on my Twitter. And in the next 12 months, we grew to, I think, about 30,000. At that point, this was 2022. We ended up doing $1.2 million the next year. Our calendar was packed. We were making more money than we knew what to do with. And I was a 22-year-old kid, 21, 22 years old, making $100,000 a month because of this. And not to mention, our students were crushing it as well. We were getting amazing results. And as you guys know, we are now the leader in sales education in our age demographic. We are by far number one, and we'll get into that in a moment. The next year, we did 1.4. The year after that, we did 2.5. And now we're sitting here at present time, and we're doing very, very good this year as well. And our strategy was pretty simple, but it was proven. You see, I had been selling or working with or building funnels for info product companies for the last like 3 years of my life. So I knew before I ever launched Closer Cartel, the best way to launch a company, the best way to build an offer, the best way to build a team. And then obviously, I was already an expert at the sales side of things. We launched on Instagram and Twitter using simple, actual valuable tweets, free guides, free videos, YouTube videos on how sales works, and then a little bit of lifestyle marketing just to attract the people to then actually see, oh, there's some substance here. It blew up. We made millions of dollars because people loved my brand, they loved the authenticity, and they loved the value and the results that we got for other people. The perfect storm happened on launch, and then over the next 3 years, obviously, momentum runs out sometimes. And we learned through failure, we learned through a lot of trials, how to build sales teams, craft offers, market, build a personal brand, set up systems, build a team, hire. Everything that goes into building an info product business, we learned the hard way, and we got really, really good at it. Since launch, Closer Cartel has done at least $100,000 a month, except for 1 month in July when I was partying in Europe with a bunch of models, and my team is still mad at me about that. But my point being, it's been consistent, and we've consistently dominated since the day that we launched in a small market. Closer Cartel and high ticket sales as a space only gets about 60,000 hits a month on YouTube. And we have dominated the entire niche on YouTube and outside of YouTube for the last couple of years. I went from a broke kid to making 20 to 30K a month as a sales rep to then making $100,000 a month plus with an info product company. And we started as a no name, no personal brand, no followers sort of business, and ended up building this into a multi-million-dollar info product company through sheer expertise, skill, and hard work. And as of today, we are number one. If you go look up high ticket sales, you go look up appointment setting, you look up whatever, our videos are everywhere. And with that being said, this leads me to my next point. All of the personal wins that I've had over the last couple of years, right? Retiring my mom, moving her to Miami, buying a G-Wagon, buying a Corvette back in when I moved to Miami, doing cool stuff, taking care of people, traveling the world. That's all come from running an info product business. Being transparent with you guys, I never have marketed that you can go buy a G-Wagon because of sales. You simply can't. It's not enough income. It is a great starting point, and it still is a great starting point, and we will still continue to run Closer Cartel. But if you want to live a life like I lived, and like all of the people that you see online, and like all of my friends, you have to make more money than you would as an agency owner or as a closer. Making $100,000 a month income as a early 20s or early 20-year-old is something that 99% of the world dreams of doing. And we were able to do so because of that business model. And on top of the money, running an info product company was the most fun I've ever had. And it will continue to be, but it's just so fun being able to build something, watch it change people's lives. Like we have kids that were drug addicts, homeless, parents have cancer and they're taking care of their parents. Like we have kids from all walks of life crushing it inside of Closer Cartel because of the value that we've given to them and the education and time we've put into actually helping them win. And that is the most fulfilling part of this whole business model. Not every month is sunshine and rainbows. There's been months where I've lost money personally because when you're the business owner, you're the last to eat. But we learn through trial and through actually doing something, not theory, how to go from 0 to 5 million plus in about 2 years. I still believe sales is the best place to start if you're a beginner in business where you're under like $10,000, $20,000 a month. However, if I'm being fully honest with you guys, the best business model on earth right now is info product and biz up, hands down. And this is where the light bulb moment has sort of come. And this has led me to what I'm about to tell you guys and the new opportunity that we want to present to you. So to be entirely honest, we have kind of capped out. Okay. And I know there's people like Cole Gordon and Jeremy Miner, and they do really big numbers with sales, but they're in a different kind of sales. They're in a much different model. They're in a bigger demographic and they run a lot of paid ads because they sell to 30, 40-year-old career salespeople, not young kids trying to make the first dollar online. So for our demographic, we beat the game and it's very cool. I didn't realize this until honestly this last week. Between 16 and 25-year-olds in the entire world, the entire market of sales, of B2C coaching consulting style sales, we are number one. And I'll throw some screenshots up here. We've dominated YouTube. We dominate the search terms. We've dominated the income. We've dominated the results. And we've dominated actual money made as a company compared to everyone else around us. There isn't even really a close second place. It's like us. And then the next closest does like 40, 30K a month. And now while we're appreciative of that, and I'm very grateful and I am extremely blessed, and we will continue to run this company because we do a lot of good for the world with it, it's time to evolve. Okay, it is time for me to change. It's time for us to go to bigger horizons. And I have a lot more value to bring to you guys than just talking about sales over and over and over again. The market's too small, and I have frankly gotten bored of making sales videos. I cannot make another how to find sales clients video for the 100th time. I can't make another basic here's how sales works video for the 100th time. It just is killing my soul. And on top of that, I think that we're sitting on some of the best knowledge, and I think we have the best team and the best skill set in this entire space. And I say that with a grain of salt because obviously if we're only doing 6 figures a month, there's people that do more than us in info. However, we beat our market. So our results are not a derivative of like, oh, it's a skill thing. We are capped by the size of the market. Like I said, high ticket sales only gets about 60,000, 50,000 hits a month on YouTube, at least in our demographic. And we have 30,000 subs on this channel. So basically half of the market follows us or subscribes to us or has gone through our free trainings. That's awesome, but it's also the problem. Once you are in too small of a market, there's not much you can do. You can go create market, you can create TAM, but you have to run paid to do that. And you can't run paid to a lower ticket product like we have because these kids cannot afford a $10,000 program. This business model, guys, changed my life. It is what allowed me to change the trajectory of my family. It's what allowed me to take care of my friends. My friends are profitable and making a ton of money because of this. My team is crushing it because of this. My team's families, our students, everyone that's been connected to Closer Cartel or my brand in some capacity, their life has been better because of the info product business. And this leads me to the reality of the situation. I'm telling you right now on this video, full honesty, that an info product business is the best business model for you to make millions of dollars with. However, the harsh reality is you probably can't do it. And this is why. If you want to bottle lightning like we did and hit everything just perfectly, the right brand, the right messaging, the right offer, the right time, the right market conditions, everything, it's very hard to recreate. You see, things like a true come up story, think of me, Seb, Belmar, Iman, Tate. We all have a true come up story. We were actually in the trenches. We're not. So if you didn't have that, 1, that's going to harm you. 2, real world expertise and actual valuable information to sell to people. Like if you can't go sell something for $3 to $5 grand to somebody and get them results from it, it's hard for you to start an info product company for yourself or sell your own offer. And 3, you don't have a large personal brand right now to sell it with, or you simply don't want to build one. Like a lot of people don't want to do what I do. And honestly, some days I don't want to do what I want to do, like building a brand and making videos every day and being public and everyone knowing my life. It's gotten extreme sometimes. I've had people share my mom's address online. I've had some crazy shit happen just because of being well known. People love to throw hate. It's just not the most ideal situation at all times. So if you don't have those 3 things, which you need, how do you still take advantage of the info product model? And how do you still actually go make a ton of money, more than a closer does, more than an agency owner does, without building it yourself? And this leads me to our new program that we are going to be launching and our new company. You guys may have heard of growth consulting, growth operating, IPGA. There's a lot of different names for this sort of new space right now. What's happening right now is basically they've rebranded SMMA. So all the guys that are listed, and I'm not going to throw shade, like there's some really cool guys in this space. There's some really cool businesses. I'm not trying to like bring them down to then posture ourselves up, but I think there is a fundamental problem with the model that they're teaching. For example, growth operating, which is a very trendy thing right now. I don't think it's the best model to be selling. For example, you go find a creator that's not monetizing their audience at all, okay? So a creator is broad, right? Influencer, coach, whatever. You partner with them to take a percentage and you monetize their audience for them with a school group or with whatever. That's fundamentally backwards. And not to mention the guys selling this offer, whether they're cool guys or not, they're selling this to like kids. They're selling this for like $9.97 or $3,000. So it's a low price to get in, it's a low barrier to entry, and these kids don't have any business experience. Running an info product company is hard. It's an advanced skill set, okay? It is a very sales heavy, advanced skill set. And if you're a newcomer to business, you're just not going to have success with it. That's just like the brutal truth. Not to mention bring that offer to somebody like, hey, you're not monetizing your audience right now, which means they're probably incompetent and they're not a good business owner. And two, I'm going to take 50% of it or a large percentage of it, and I'm going to monetize it. They're going to get rid of you the second they're making money. That's not a good business model to sell to other people. And then this IPGA thing, I have a lot of respect for the people that do that as well. Like, again, these are like cool guys. Like I would be friends with these guys if we knew each other in real life, but that's literally SMMA rebranded. Like you don't want to go into the info product space and help people create, launch, and market a course. That is simply too much work. It's way too much. And that's one client. Imagine you do that across 10 clients to make the money you want to make, that 50, 100K a month. That's like damn near impossible. It's basically SMMA rebranded. It's nothing new. And I don't think it's the most efficient way to do this. And then SMMA is just, it's dead in the water. It's hard to sell to people. Business owners have been burnt. It's not the new kid on the block. It's just tough to sell. So this leads me to the ultimate question that we thought of in the last week coming to this conclusion. How can you work with 1 to 2 clients maximum, work with really cool people that you actually enjoy working with? You're not working with a dentist. You're not working with some stupid coach. These are people you actually want to do business with. And how can you, with a simple, advanced skill set, a very valuable, high leverage skill set, make $20 to $30 to $50 to even $100,000 a month? If there was something that could do that, it's the best of sales, it's the best of marketing, and it's the best of owning your own business. What would that thing be? And this is the question that I've posed to myself for honestly the last 6 months. And we finally have come to the conclusion and done the work and tested it with our own team, which I'll tell you about in a moment, on what that thing is. The answer to that question is to become an IPO. An IPO is an info product operator. So I want to run you guys through the new business model that I think is the most efficient, no-brainer to make 30, 50K a month plus, work with 1 to 2 clients, live a sick lifestyle, and actually make real info product money without building your own info product or without having your own personal brand, okay? This is not like this brand new revolutionary thing, but no one is doing it this way because they don't come from sales backgrounds. And sales is the biggest problem in every info product business that we've ever worked with, managed, placed sales reps with, known, my friends, like it's the biggest problem in all of them. So if you can solve it, you will make a fuck ton of money and you'll work with really cool people and you'll love what you do. So let me paint the picture. Guys, there are hundreds, if not thousands, probably thousands actually, of info product owners that are simply not making as much money as they should be. And it's because they have the traffic, they have the brand, they have the product, they have the expertise, the experience, right? They're the face. They have the experience, whatever. But what they don't do properly is they don't have the right sales systems. They don't have the right sales processes. They don't have the right procedures. They don't have the right setters. They don't have the right closers. And they don't know how to do all that because they're not salespeople. They don't come from a sales background. My sales manager manages a team that does $700,000 a month on a good month. My operations guy, my COO, has built systems and operations for the largest info product companies in the world. And my other team has been making 30, 40, 50K a month doing the same thing over the last couple of months. So we know, not just from us going from 0 to 5 million, but we know from working with these people that if you fix just a few things in this whole operation of info product businesses, that they will make exponentially more money. If you can come to them and bring them an offer and say, hey, I will do all this for you. I'll set it up. I'll run it. So you don't have to worry about it because I am an operator. I come from this background and I only want a percentage of profit of upside. So you're not taking a portion of their business. You're not getting equity. You're taking a percentage of the more money that you make them. It's the best offer of all time to sell to people. And if you can get results, you will make insane cash doing this. So not only do you win, but your client also wins, and there are no bad apples. Like in SMMA, the client usually doesn't win. Closing people, oh, I got a retainer. It's a bad model. We want to work on performance. The same way that a sales rep gets paid on what they close. They eat what they kill. We want to do the same thing. We want to live on the edge because we're valuable and we have a very valuable skill set that we can actually create results with. And just like in 2021, guys, when I saw a opportunity in the market for Closer Cartel, and I knew that that was what it needed, and obviously I was right. It blew up. We became number 1. We beat the game in our space. This is the new opportunity. There are more info product owners ever popping up from school, from all this other stuff that's going on. The self-education industry is just blowing up. There are going to be more info owners than ever that simply don't have the sales background and they don't have the operating experience that we do. And if you can come in and literally get 1 or 2 clients maximum, you don't even need more than that, and you can operate these systems and you can put these systems in place, which by the way, we will show you how to do this and we'll give the systems to you because we've done it. You will make $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, if not more, and live a sick lifestyle. Again, like most of my hunches and like with Closer Cartel, I was right. And we've been validating this with my own personal team over the last few months. Like I mentioned earlier, my head sales coach is making $40,000 a month managing and closing for one of the biggest info product companies in our entire space. My recruitment manager made $30,000 last month selling mini chat builds and a funnel setup to a client that needed it. And my videographer, guys, my videographer, Garrett, the kid that slept on my floor because he moved to Miami and was homeless back in 2021, is now making $30,000 a month doing exactly what I'm telling you for his client. So we validated it already, and we have already proven it. Not only did we prove it ourselves with my own money and my own business, but with our own team as well. They're making $30,000 to $40,000 a month without me even coaching them hardcore on this thing because they've worked with me, because they've seen how we've done it for ourselves. So now they can take that knowledge, it's black and white. You go install it, you find someone that already has traffic, already has a brand, has a good product, gets good results for people, and you fix what they're doing, and they will make exponentially more money, and you will make a percentage of that. These kids are all in their early 20s. They all have their own business now. They're all crushing it. They live a sick lifestyle. They work when they want, and they get great results for their clients. And it's all because they've been a part of us building Closer Cartel. So imagine how much money and how good of results these kids are going to make when we actually coach them and we actually give them the same systems and processes and everything that we've used for ourselves. They're going to absolutely blow up. It is going to take this whole industry by storm. And basically, all you guys need to learn how to do is build sales processes, manage sales teams, not full-time, but just manage it to set it up properly. How to install a setter and a closer and actually integrate the marketing and the sales process efficiently. How to set up our CRM. How to tweak and perfect offers and the offer stack and the offer structure that goes into an info product company. How to set up pre and post-call sales assets. How to build sales assets like a VSL or potentially even a webinar. Just a basic sales asset that can actually liquidate an audience. And how to maximize profit inside of an info product company. These are all black and white principles. It's not like a gray theoretical area. It's like, if you do this and you have this happening already, you will make more money. It is that simple. Guys, it's not rocket science. There's a real procedure and a real process for monetizing and growing an info product company. It is an advanced skill set. This is not for beginners. I will say that very clearly. And you'll see at the end of this, we're not offering this very cheaply because I want experienced people that are ready to go. But it's not rocket science. You only need 1 or 2 clients, and you're doing a very valuable core skill set that is lacking in the market. No one knows how to do this right now. And again, if you can learn these skills, you can get 1 or 2 clients. You can take 10 to 30% of upside of whatever you make the client additionally. You can, for yourself, as your own business, as your own person, without even having a team, you can make $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, if not more, and profit every single month and do whatever you want with your life. Now, you can call this growth consulting, growth operating, growth creating, IPGA, SMA, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of buzzwords. I simply call this being really fucking good at a certain skill set that pours gasoline onto existing info products and you taking a percentage of the upside that you make them. And we are calling it info product operating. You're an IPO. You are the James Bond of an info product company. You are going to scale them. You're going to, with a expertise and with a real skill set, not theory, not, oh, I don't have experience doing this. You're actually good. You're going to make your clients more money and they're going to love you and you're never going to have a shortage of business and you're going to print cash. 1 client, real valuable skills, and taking a percentage. What does that sound like? Sounds a lot like closing, doesn't it? And that's because it is. It is the natural evolution from setter to closer to now operator. It is the same thing, but just a more leveraged skill set, a more advanced skill set, but it's the same thing in theory. And that's why sales was so good for a lot of people. All of this combined makes this the most logical, straightforward, no-brainer business for you to start in 2024 and honestly, probably the next decade. This isn't going to slow down. It is only growing. I've seen more info products pop up in the last 2 months because of this school thing with Hormozy than I ever have in my entire life. And being an operator with my brand and the business that we're going to build and document live, being an operator, an IPO, is going to be a household name in this industry. And people are going to want to work with you. They're going to be looking for an IPO because they know they need it. It's a no-brainer for a business owner that just wants to go build a personal brand and market for you to make everything on the back end pop and actually create profit. And eventually, this can evolve into you becoming basically an info product hedge fund and picking up a percentage of all these other info product companies and just helping them run their ops and helping them scale. That is the eventuality of this. And you can make millions of dollars doing that. And that's what we're going to be doing for ourselves as well. So we are going full speed and full force into this sector, guys. And I'm aiming to create the most profitable, leveraged, efficient operators that I possibly can in the next few months. So we're going to be launching this full blown as a new company, new offer, but we're opening up a beta group first. We already have, I think, 3 out of 4 or 3 or 4 out of 10 spots filled. And I have a calendar full of calls already as of the date of recording this. I'm recording this on February 19th. So we're only opening up 10 to 20 spots depending on demand, but that's the max. 20 is the maximum. We're going to work with these beta students for the next few months to go get them insane results, to then use this as a case study, take this to market and actually launch this and scale our own company from $0 to $500,000 in a few months. And I'm going to document every single step of the way to show you guys not only are we the best, we know exactly what we're doing, and we're going to show you guys how to be the best as well, so that you can make real info money and get out of this little boy game of sales and agency, whatever, make real fucking money and live a sick life. So if you guys are interested in the beta, here's what you get. You're gonna get the same Closer Cartel team that I currently work with that has helped me scale from 0 to 5 million plus in 2 years. So calls with me, calls with my COO, calls with my operations and systems guy who can build literally anything you can think of, calls with my CRM guy, calls with my sales manager, calls with my copywriter who also writes copy for the biggest info products in the entire world, calls with my creative director who manages all my short form, my branding, my websites, my YouTube, our short form and creative team, everything. He manages it all. So we're gonna show you how to do everything that we do for your clients. Literally everything that you need to know, we are going to be teaching you. In this beta group, you're gonna get more intensive coaching from me and from my team than anything we've ever released, because we wanna get you guys results fast so that we can then take this to the market and scale our own company. We will literally show you how to go find your first IPO client. We'll show you exactly how to get them results and quick wins. We'll show you exactly how to take a percentage of the upside and how to get paid upfront for the services that you're providing. We are going to go crazy on this. I am so fired up. I am so excited. And anyone inside this beta group, it's like buying Bitcoin at $100. It's like getting in the Closer Cartel beta back at $1,000 when we launched. And then eventually it became $6,000. You would have saved $5,000 from just getting in at the time. But then I had no personal brand. Now I do. Now I have proven results. Now I have a brand. Now I have an actual reputation to uphold. This is going to be way bigger than Closer Cartel. This is going to be the biggest brand in the space. It's going to launch our personal brand to the fucking moon. And anyone that is involved from day one as a beta member, a beta student inside this initial group is going to get more personal attention and more help from us getting to where they need to go than anyone ever will. We're still going to be running Closer Cartel, and we're going to be using it as a case study and as a live test dummy, because obviously we're number one. We're not going to shut it down. So if you're watching this and you're a sales student and you're like, okay, this is out of my ballpark, no worries. We're still doing Closer Cartel. We're still doing remote protocol. You can still learn and get the same thing that's going on right now. I do not launch anything without being fully confident in it. I am not a grifter. I am not a scammer. And I want to only stand behind products that I feel that are actually worthy of people getting into. That is how this is. It is very expensive. It is a 5-figure investment to get into the beta. We're going to be launching it publicly at between probably $15,000 and $25,000. This is not for beginners. I will say that 100 times. Not for beginners. So you have to have some sort of experience in either agency, closing, sales, management, something like that, to get into this and to even be a good fit. And then you have to afford a 5-figure investment to get into the beta spot. If you are that person, and if you watch this video and this resonates with you, you've been looking for that next thing to do. You've been looking for, I don't know what the next step is. I've crushed it in sales. I've crushed it in SMA. I've crushed it in whatever. This is the next step. This is what I would be doing for myself if I didn't have a personal brand. I'd be doing exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys. And it's what I've done for the last 3 years. I've just been selling my own offer. So if you want to be a part of this beta group, check the link in the description, apply, book a call. I will personally be taking these calls. And again, it's not fake scarcity. 20 spots maximum for my entire personal brand and hundreds of thousands of people that are going to see this. 20 spots. So if you want in, I highly encourage you get into it fast and you don't wait, because it's going to fill up. It's already filling up, to be quite honest. It might be filled up by the time I launch this video. Hopefully not. So guys, I'm excited. I feel the same tingly, little excited feeling that I felt in 2021 when I was launching Closer Cartel. And I know this is going to be massive. We're going to scale this company IPO from $0 to $500,000 a month by July. Mark my words, by July. And I'm going to document every step of the way. Not only Closer Cartel, but that and our other clients and our students. So we're going to have every bit of case study, proof. Here's how you do it in the world. And nobody, I will end this video with this, nobody in this space right now has the results that we do already. Everyone is talking in theoreticals. Everyone's talking in figuratively. They haven't built a company from 0 to 5 million by themselves from scratch. They haven't worked with the biggest people in the space, but we have. And I'm not throwing shade on anybody. I just want to make it clear that we are the best and we're going to show the world. So if you want to be a part of this, click the link in the description. Thank you for watching this. And I'm excited. This is going to be sick. So info operator, baby. I'll see you guys on the next video.